Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. We all needed water, I think, after that.
Yep. And the last map between this best of 3 series between Grubby and alternate Cloud is dual site, GSL dual site. So looks like both of these players are ready to go. So let's not, delay it any longer.
They changed their colours again, Apollo.
Oh god damn it, Grubby.
Oh well, we shall deal with it as best we can. We haven't congratulated the one and only Artosis as of yet. We should probably do that, shouldn't we? So those of you who do not know, Artosis, yes, the co-commentator over at the GSL, very famous individual within this particular scene. He, in fact, is now officially a dad, so congratulations to him.
Indeed.
Very good, yes. He paid a visit to the spawning pool, and now, unfortunately, you have to look after his queen for a while. That's just how it goes.
He's got a little nerdling.
Yep, that's very, very true. But there you go. Congratulations to him. And in the meantime, let's see some violence. Seems perfect. Bring you alternate attacks. Cloud, he is in the yellow trunks, and he is playing 10 to the west of this particular map, which is, of course, the GSL dual site, versus his opponent, Grubby. Grubby. He is in the red trunks, and he is playing Protoss to the east. And
I wonder if we're going to see a 1-1-1 build from Cloud. Barracks Factory and Starport.
Very strong on this map.
Variation of it.
Very strong.
Yeah, it is. The distances between bases kind of small, and the positions you can get on here as well are also very, very strong as well. So he is just checking his base, actually, Cloud, is making sure there is no proxy. So he's gone down south, and we'll go north as well. And he doesn't see too much, and that's obviously because there's nothing there. But Grubby, on the other hand, goes for a 13 gateway, and we'll continue.
Oh, yes. It's been a great tournament so far. Been enjoying this an awful lot, and Group 2 has already produced some fantastic games. I expect someone Ret comes into play.
Yeah, 3 Ret games in a row coming up next.
3 Ret games in a row, folks, so yes.
And there's the gas, so we may be seeing that kind of build. I wonder if Grubby's just going to be like, alright, well, I'm going to guess that this is coming. I'm just going to directly blind counter it and take a gamble. And that may be something he'll want to do. He may take a risk. But at the same time, does he want to take a risk that could threaten his tournament life?
And it could. It really, really could. Yes, he got the first one against Soke, but that would then mean Grubby's going to play against Ret. And Ret is not an easy opponent under any circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, they did play at Home Story Cup 4, I think. I'm pretty sure they did. And Grubby won 2-0. But I don't think he's going to risk it. I mean, there's only 2 in gas, actually, for Cloud at the moment. So maybe there is nothing funky coming from him. There goes the Tech Lab down. So we aren't going to see any factory play at all, since he's put the gas into Tech Lab and then something from that Tech Lab as well. And also the barracks in. Nice play from Cloud here, actually. Building the engineering bay on that expansion here for Grubby. Forcing Grubby down 3 gateway expand. That's good. It's a good start for Cloud, I think, and should be seeing a Marauder. And there we do see a Marauder.
Yeah, filtering those builds is always very, very important. Once again, StarCraft is about information warfare, and if you can make safe assumptions because you have forced your opponent to take a certain action, then that gives you an edge, and that engineering bay is almost complete as well. It's going to take ages to bring down, and he'll be able to cancel it, so it's wonderful. Yeah,
it's got to go 3 gateways now, and Grubby can pretty much go in 1 barracks expand and have a really, really good economy.
Yes, he can, and Cloud with a good economy is a scary thing indeed. He's very much a macro-oriented Terran player, so he'll be looking for that edge, and any way to get that edge is great for him. Couple of Marauders coming out with the concussive shell, so he should be able to shut down any kind of poking action coming in, and this cancel will come in any moment now.
And there's Grubby's 2nd and 3rd gateway, and he does have a probe alive still, and he's always active about that, but it may just walk into a Marauder. Oh no, the Marauder turns around on the left. It almost collided there, the probe and the Marauder, but the probe does come all the way south and is going to build a pylon, and we are going to see a bit of 3-gate pressure here from Grubby, who's expecting a 1 barracks expansion play, because that's what that engineering bay was for, to slow Grubby down and enhance the build from Cloud. And this may not work out so well for Cloud.
No, it's curious, isn't it? It's like you forced your opponent down a particular tech path and a particular build path, and then you move away so that he can do just that. I don't know. It depends how quickly this pressure comes in from Cloud. He may be able to force his opponent to turn back.
And Grubby goes in, sees the barracks been added on just now, so he knows there's an expansion built somewhere. Warp gate is now done. He's going to cancel that unit he was building and going to turn it to warp gate and start warping in units. He has a Stalker and Zealot out already, a Sentry back to defend, but he may actually just bring it down now. And he can start warping in units. And I guess Grubby can just go attack.
He could.
Go.
He's got the units for it, certainly.
He can expand and then attack, or attack then expand. Either way,
I'd attack and expand behind that, honestly. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to at least push forward and have a look around and see what he can see, which is currently absolutely nothing. That's a single Marine that's going to be a little bit fortunate and evade that.
Yeah, he's going to get the scout of the Nexus, which is fine, but Grubby's now warping in 2 Zealots and a Sentry in the south pylon. And luckily for Cloud, he doesn't build it in the top. He has got a bunker down as well. But he kind of knows what's going on, because now Cloud sees the Nexus late. He also doesn't see an army, so he knows the army's outside his base.
Yes, and he is prepared to deal with that, one would think. So let's see if that is the case. And there we go. He sees a Stalker moving up the ramp there, and the pressure will start to come in. May even follow that one up another pylon, but honestly, there's not much hope for that push, really.
No, it's not going to work. So Grubby has to go to plan B, come home, start to tech up, probably add the robotics facility on, and that Marine is going to die inside the base of Grubby. Gets picked off by a Stalker. And yeah, Grubby can sit here and contain his opponent for a little bit though, I guess, and then just get his, well, kind of catch up, per se, because he is a little bit behind, but he's doing okay now.
Yeah, he should be alright. And Cloud now just moving into an interception position. He would love to grab that Zealot, but that's not going to happen at this point. Now looking to push out. Once Stim has done, come up and clean that up. And if Grubby decides to stick around, he'll be in a bad spot, but he does have force field energy, so unless he screws that up, everything should be all flowers and roses right here, but
yeah, it's going to be a thin wire because Cloud can just stim down.
Yeah,
there he goes, and he does the force field in time.
Yeah, he doesn't quite force field in time, absolutely, but he's able to do some damage, but this is going to end up getting cleaned up one way or the other. Grubby is able to shut that down and then back off. He just takes some losses in the process, not ideal, but there you go. Grubby is the hell out of there, and now going back to a bit of a more passive playstyle. Admittedly, bear in mind that Grubby is currently ahead in terms of the number of workers he's got, but he is dealing with the fact that the mules coming in. Unfortunately, he ended up using mules on his main right there. That means it's going to mine that out faster.
Yeah, he could have waited a few more seconds and thrown them down, but nevertheless, still okay for both of these players. Grubby a little bit ahead because he has more army and a little bit more probes too. And Immortal has been made too. Very smart there by Grubby, realizing the threat could come. And double bunkers from Cloud. And he's now going up to Starport. So Grubby wasn't sure if it was an engineering bay or Starport being built behind there, because he can't scout inside the main base. So he has to just be careful and build an Immortal anyway. Another gateway and double gas comes down, so maybe we'll see the robotics bay come down in a few seconds as he hits 200 gas. But yeah, quite standard so far by both players.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, honestly. We're seeing two reasonably normal builds, and Cloud's getting into the position he wants to be in. He's still a little bit behind what he would like. Would love to get those 4 gas rolling, would love to get another base out, but it's not really safe to do so at this point. One of those bases is going to end up... He basically has to expand towards Grubby, which is never ideal, and of course Grubby has to expand towards him. I would like to see a little bit more drop harassment, honestly, from Cloud, because we've not been seeing much of that through this tournament as of yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well it would work. Grubby's ready and waiting for drops, man.
Yeah, he is always prepared.
In the bottom right of his base.
Maybe wait for him to take a third, and then once he's spread out, he could go for it at that point.
Interesting decision here from Grubby, going double forge and into another Immortal. He's not going to tech up to Colossus. He's going to stay on double upgrades, so he'll go 1-1. Then probably at the Twilight Council, go 2-2, and probably get Blink from the amount of Stalkers he has. Maybe get Zealot Charge first. It depends on what he feels like. If he wants to defend against drops, he can get Blink first. If he wants to take a direct fight, get Zealot Charge first. But right there's a double forge going, and there's the Twilight Council coming down as well. Grubby going to deny the Factory Scout, and this is quite a nice build here from Grubby.
Actually, the Factory Scout might make its way in. We'll see. Is he going to lose visibility on it? Yes, he loses visibility. No, he's got it. He's got it. It's moved back into range, and it's on fire. But you know what? It's actually not going to see the double forge, which is perhaps the most vital piece of information for him there.
Well, it does see the Twilight Council. Just about saw that. So he can kind of presume it's double upgrades, because he also saw an Immortal and didn't see anything being chrono boosted out in terms of Colossus. So he's looking to push a little bit now before these double upgrades kind of take effect, as he can kind of filter down that Grubby's probably gone for this kind of build. And that's guessed right. And this attack could do a lot of damage, as Grubby doesn't have Zealot Charge or Blink. Blink is the faster upgrade, so he's going to go for that first. And trying to get these 1-1 upgrades out. Observer in position, following the army. Wants to check where Cloud is, or trying to be. and didn't really do anything. So
nope, that's pretty much.
It's like come back.
It's like we need to make some kind of decisive conclusion right now. What happened? Absolutely nothing. It's as simple as that. Both of these guys being a little bit wary of each other at this point.
And Grubby's third does go down as well. And so far, Cloud's upgrades 1-1. Where's that second engineering bay? Is down, and the armory is down also, so he can go to 2-2 very, very shortly here. So he's doing okay with his upgrades. Templar Archives gets thrown down. And we'll be seeing Archons come out very, very shortly as Grubby takes his 5th and 6th gas.
Yes, it will. And the question is, what will Cloud actually see here? Pretty much nothing whatsoever. He'll be able to regain control of that. In the meantime, that single Marine is able to scout the Nexus. So he sees his third, and that's perhaps the kind of time where you might want to start dropping. As, of course, you can find a target that is spread out and the defenses are not particularly strong there. Templar Archives at the back could be very easily sniped, for instance.
Yeah, definitely could be.
A couple of Zealots coming in from Grubby, and already intercepted by a Marine, so I don't feel that's really going to end up doing all that much.
Well, good to see Ghost early on against this style, knowing that he isn't playing against Colossus, so once to get them out, going to really help against the Immortals, of course, as well. We do have 4 High Templar out, and he hasn't chosen to go on to Archons yet. Probably going to research Storm in a few seconds when he gets the 200 gas. And it's looking okay for Grubby right now. He just needs to get these upgrades out. If all these upgrades finish, +2/+2, Zealot Charge and Storm in a few seconds, he's going to be good. But I think he's just going to morph to Archons, realizing that the threat is a little bit too soon to come before Storm's ready.
Yeah, he's not really going to have a choice, is he? Because this is going to come down. The force fields right there, those ends up blocking in the Ghost and then feedbacking it, which was an interesting move. Not sure how effective it was, but there we go. And in come those High Templar, which are immediately murdered right there by Cloud.
At the back.
Not where you want your Zealots to be, and he blinks out of that, but is the damage done already? Cloud with a huge stim.
Oh, cancelled every single Zealot being walked in.
Very nice focus fire there by Cloud. Good target prioritization. The mineral line is absolutely slaughtered, and Cloud just doesn't care right now. He's smashing down on his opponent.
Yeah, Grubby in an awful position right now. Trying to warp in Zealots. Zealot charge wasn't done, seconds away. The upgrade seconds away. Templar Archive is just tapped in so many different directions, and Cloud just punished it. Cloud's
back on form right now. It's very, very obvious. We saw a very weak-looking Cloud at the start of this tournament. Even the first game against Grubby, everything went wrong for him, but he's got his momentum back, and he takes the base away from his opponent and does significant damage in the process. His economy is shot to pieces. 62 SCVs versus 47, plus, of course, the mules of Cloud. And wow, the amount of damage he ended up doing to Grubby's army as well. It was a brilliant engagement for him, and it couldn't have gone worse for Grubby.
Yeah, Grubby just trying to do too many things just before that third base actually kicked in, and didn't really have any units and no upgrades really. And it was a nice little attack for Cloud there, to be honest.
It was well timed, very well timed.
But Storm is done now, though. So Grubby not out of it yet, has to try to do a little bit of damage since he's lost his third base. And with Storm, how many Storms? He has 3, 4 Storms available. It's a lot of damage if these EMPs don't hit.
Yeah, and they very well might. Oh, the feedback goes off immediately. It doesn't kill the Ghost, but it stops the EMP from going down most vitally right there. And Cloud holds onto that third base for the moment.
Yeah, he does, but Cloud has stopped with his upgrades. He needs to get that 3-3 upgrade going, and we do see the Robotics Bay coming down for Grubby right now, trying to go up to Colossus. Maybe that can bring him back in this game, because if Grubby loses this ties the group up, basically. Both of these players will be at 1-1, and it's all going to come down to how they play against Reds.
Bear in mind that Grubby will have a slight advantage because Cloud has won 1 map less because he lost against SCi4 2-0. So that puts him in a bit of a nice position. But still, you don't want to be in that spot at all. And Cloud will end up going up against Ret.
Grubby might get surrounded here.
He very well might. He
does see it, though, with the observers. So Grubby's quite happy, spreading his High Templar out.
Sense Tower going down right now. There's the spread, and the feedbacks go down. A big Storm in the front. And Cloud having a little bit of a jog through that. Shrugs it off as men do, and Grubby forced all the way back, and once again, that third is safe for the moment.
He's got a lot of Zealots there, and there's not that many Marines, to be honest, so the Zealots are going to do a lot of damage. There's a lot more Marauders than there are Marines.
There are a lot of Ghosts, so as long as the Ghosts don't get killed immediately, the Ghost DPS and snipes will be very effective.
Meanwhile, Colossus is on its way out now, the first Colossus. He can't afford to go double Robotics Bay, since he had his third base stunted a while. Grubby's probe count's at 60 compared to Cloud's 61 actually, but mules. And this is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's that third going right down. Stim's right up to the front door, says hi, and once again, bye-bye.
Out of position, Grubby.
That's a really unfortunate situation for Grubby to be in. He's losing that third over and over again, whereas Cloud's hanging on to his with no problem at all. That sensor tower is proving to be absolutely invaluable, and anything that moves anywhere close to that is being instantly detected and destroyed. A big arc right there. The Storm misses, and Grubby losing form here. And
Single Stalker gets 5 kills.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he allowed that to happen, honestly. I was about to tell everyone the value of this sensor tower, and then apparently it was useless. But hey, it just happened that Cloud didn't have any units nearby to deal with that. Cloud now re-maxing his army, working on that one. Grubby's army is a lot smaller, and of course grouping his army up as much as possible. The Templar count is at 5, so a big ball of bio could end up being a big ball of hurt very shortly.
It could do. Oh, nice EMP.
Yes, indeed.
Grubby's losing too much now. Oh, I think he's just going to may die to this, even with the cost. Doesn't have thermal. That's good storm.
Oh, that's a huge storm, actually. Cloud ate that, really. Yeah. But yeah, as you said, he's got too much strength behind him. GG!
Cloud
Ladies and gentlemen.
Grubby again.
Cloud! Oh, Cloud is good when it comes to beating the snot out of Grubby. I can tell you that for a fact, and he just showed that once again. A good display there by Cloud, and I'm happy to see that, honestly. I didn't want to see Cloud go out of that game.
Yeah.
I really, really didn't. And it wasn't even just a fanboyism for Cloud, as much as I do enjoy Cloud's play. It's more down to the fact that I wanted him to display what I know he's capable of doing. Yeah. Which is exactly what he just did there. Yeah. So
maybe that was
well
his first games of the day against SCi4 or something, but that's a lot better from Cloud for sure. But now it's time for Liquid Red.
It is.
And is he against SCi4 first, or?
I am about to check the schedule, and I can tell you. So there will be, I think, slightly larger amounts of downtime because we may have to do some server swapping, unless, of course, Rhett is okay with playing everything on EU, which he probably won't be, and I don't really blame him. But he is currently in the US at this point in time, so we'll probably be having to swap around just a little bit. The schedule right now is, SCi4 v Rhett, and then we have Rhett v Cloud, and then Grubby v Rhett.
Yeah.
Should be some interesting games as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking forward to it. We got a couple of PVZ and, of course, a TVZ as well in this group. You're currently watching SHOUTcraft Invitational number 4. Please do go and check out shoutcraft.com if you wish to donate to future tournaments. It does help drive the prize pool up, which is very, very good indeed. This is all funded by the ad revenue we make here, as well as your donation, so we're not a sponsored tournament at all, so we do need your help. Thank you very much for that. And of course, if you wish to donate to any of the players here, and if that website goes down, which it very frequently does, bit.ly/SCi4-tip jars is our backup page for that. I'm going to take a quick break, folks, for some commercials, and we're going to arrange the next matchup, which will be SCi4 versus Rhett.